I saw a beast rise up out of the sea with 7 heads and 10 horns. He'll kill and kill again.
I know you're not afraid of a little bit of dark.
This is the one shot that I could find of Nicolas Cage in Longlegs as a serial killer going up against Maika Monroe. It is brighter. It is fleshed out a little bit. It was much darker on the image that was on IMDb because,
they purposely did that so you couldn't pinpoint it.
It's a very dark aesthetic. It's very there's very little of Nicolas Cage in the trailers for Longlegs. And, I was kind of struggling because I wanted to include something from the weekend of July 12th. And other than Fly Me to the Moon, the only movie that really was kind of grabbing my attention was Longlegs. The second trailer came out, and it looks a lot better than the first one did because the first one was just a teaser trailer. I love Nicolas Cage. To me, this kind of fits in with what I would expect from Nicolas Cage and, going Nicolas Cage, going full Nicolas Cage is kind of a phrase in and of itself nowadays. And, we saw him in Redfield as Dracula, so why not as a serial killer? Yes, Maika Monroe is kind of channeling Clarice Starling a little bit. We're getting a little bit Silence of the Lambs vibes, a little bit, not 100%. I can't really give a good, bad, or meh for this because they've done such a good job about not giving away the plot and the reveals that I don't really know what to think of this film. How about you? Has Longlegs grabbed your attention?
Oh, those long legs have grabbed my attention. So I will say this: you nailed it. They did create the perfect trailer, so to speak, and giving the mystery, keeping the illusion, letting you put whatever the movie's about in your mind, and just focusing more on Maika Monroe. Over what I've read is like a 10-year span. I could be wrong. Some kind of that he's been a serial killer, Nicolas Cage's character, and her just kind of figuring out the inner workings. We see a lot of flash cuts, like you said, of dark imagery and weirdness just happening. And I love that because I didn't know anything about this movie. I was on Twitter and everybody was really hyped about this movie. And I think this movie is going to do very well when it hits theaters, just for that simple fact that they've kept a lot of things under wraps. Nicolas Cage himself has been a part of the horror, especially independent community too, with movies like Mandy, what's that movie called? Color Out of Space, I believe it is, or Color of Space, I think it is. He's done a few independent movies that are darker, and I think he's being definitely embraced by the community, and people are willing to take a chance on someone that hasn't necessarily been on the big screen in a while, like he was back in the 90s or whatever, and 2000s, but that's okay because when he does come on screen, I think he does still shine. I think they're doing a great job of keeping, once again, his character under wraps and just letting us sit in theaters, and whatever we get, we'll talk about afterwards. And that's the best way to go into a movie because we've been shown so much from trailers nowadays, and it is a gift and a curse because I like to see what's coming up, obviously, but give me a little bit of illusion here, I don't want to know when the main action sequence is gonna happen or whatever, or, someone's gonna potentially die or whatever, but I think this one looks really good. I'm gonna catch this one in theaters though.
And it is interesting because the thing that I love about Nicolas Cage, and I love a lot of different things about Nicolas Cage, but one of the things that I love about Nicolas Cage, and it just kind of dawned on me that this is one of the things that I love about Nicolas Cage, is that Nicolas Cage's taste in movies is so weird that we as movie fans benefit from his weirdness. Because not every film that he does is good or great, but it is different. And you think about all of these different films that Nicolas Cage has done over the last 10, 15 years. How many of these movies would never have been made if not for Nicolas Cage saying yes and lending his star power? Yeah. So many of these films, good, bad, or indifferent, good, bad, or meh, that we wouldn't otherwise have, that would be just in, I love franchises, I love superheroes, I don't believe in superhero fatigue, really. But without Nicolas Cage saying yes to this myriad of weird, gross, scary, funny, just weird, like indie films on acid kind of a thing. Where would Hollywood be without Nicolas Cage bringing something interesting? Because half of these films, you sit there and go, there's no way that this would be made without an injection of star power or that sort of thing, or they would be like B movies or like straight streaming or just like YouTube student films sort of thing. So the fact that we have Nicolas Cage to thank for more variety, more spice of life in film, I that's one of the things I love about Nicolas Cage. As far as this film goes, it could be good, it could be bad, it could be another beekeeper thing of the bees. We honestly don't know until this thing comes out. I guess that's part of the beauty of this the trailer for this, is that it gives nothing. It gives nothing away. So I guess that's part of. I just don't know. There's no good. There's no bad. There's no meh for me because they haven't told me anything. They're showing a bunch of dark images, and okay. So Nicolas Cage is a serial killer.
Not showing much. Does that intrigue you to kind of go out and want to check it out even more, or does it not really sway?
In this case, it does. It does neither. It doesn't dissuade me, but it doesn't really pique my interest either. I think Nicolas Cage's involvement in this project is the only reason why it does grab my attention, because otherwise it's just another serial killer movie to me. But Nicolas Cage's involvement. Oh, okay. So Nicolas Cage is involved, so there's gonna be something different. There's gonna be something. God, we haven't seen this before. And at its worst, it would be God, it's Nicolas Cage being an actor and trying different actor things. But when Nicolas Cage does it, at least it's weird yeah. So I think to me it's a good thing that this is weird and that we're not getting a whole lot from the trailer. I don't necessarily plan on going to see it in theaters. This is probably one that if I see it on streaming, I probably would watch it. But there's so many other Nicolas Cage films that I've wanted to see in theaters and just never made it out to. Like for example, Pig. I love the trailer for Pig. I really want to see Pig. I just haven't gotten around to watching it yet. So films like that from Nicolas Cage, I don't think Nicolas Cage in a trailer going, "I really want my pig." How do you not want to see a film based off that trailer? That kind of anticipation and me bending over with just laughter. There isn't any of that for this trailer, but Nicolas Cage's involvement grabs my attention. How about you? Are you planning on watching Longlegs?
Yeah, I think I will watch it in theaters. I'll take a chance, and I'm sure I'm gonna be in a theater full of Nick Cage fans, because that's, like you said, that's probably the selling point. I know Maika Monroe's been in some movies, and It Follows 2 has just been announced, so she's still she is a big name as well. I'm still to the belief that the reason why Nick Cage does so many movies, independent movies, is that he lives a very extravagant lifestyle. I mean, I don't know if you remember that story that came out a while back where he outbid Leonardo DiCaprio for a 70 million year old dinosaur skull. It was like $250,000. It's like, who buys that? And I mean, he has a castle, and it's it's crazy. So I think I don't know if the money's drying out, but to keep up with this lifestyle, I think he has to just keep doing these movies.
Yeah, Nicolas Cage lives here in Las Vegas, and there's a growing entertainment community that's moved here. Mark Wahlberg has moved here to Vegas. They're talking about building some studios here in Las Vegas because there's still a lot of land available, and the cost of living and cost of business is a lot lower here. So Nicolas Cage, there's a reason why he's made a lot of movies about Las Vegas and the fact that he lives in Las Vegas, and he pops up in the news, good and bad, for living in Las Vegas. I as a film fan, I love Nicolas Cage. Hearing some of the stories that you hear about Nicolas Cage, I do think he probably does need to keep working regardless just to make money, because he's not a guy that goes off and lives in the woods by himself. Kind of thing. He definitely has some he definitely has the kind of quirky taste that you would expect Nicolas Cage to have. So,
Very true.
yeah. So in some ways, it's sort of like Robert De Niro, where he just keeps working because he kind of has to keep working because he's got he's a movie star with movie star budgets. Movie star.
Right.
Yes. So Longlegs also coming out July 12th weekend. So I want to know what you guys think. Does Longlegs look good or bad or just kind of eh? Let me know in the comments section below this video. Also, when was the last time you actually watched a Nicolas Cage movie in theaters? Let me know in the comments section as well. Somewhere around in here, somewhere in the ether of the YouTube sphereverse, YouTube has a video that thinks that you will like. Right over here. It helps me with the algorithm, so please, that's begging. No, I'm not. Anyway, if you want to watch it, watch it. If not, don't. Thank you for watching this video. That's the thing I really need to say. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for watching. I've been Dragon Movie Guy. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.